Hello guys, this is Akshay Daga and welcome back to APDaga's Dumb Box. So in our previous video, we have talked about OOPS concept, then what is classes, what is object. I have explained each and everything in very detail and I tried to make it as simple as possible. So you will definitely understand that. And in my last video, I had talked about inheritance and I have explained what is simple inheritance is. Now in this video, we will talk about second type of inheritance, that is multiple inheritance. So without wasting time, I am sharing my screen. So right now we are in Jupyter Notebook. So I'll draw a diagram. So before continuing with this video, watch my previous video about what is simple inheritance. Now in simple inheritance, there was a single parent and single child, right? So there was a parent and there was a child, right? And the arrow was like this. Why arrow is like this and everything I have already explained in my earlier video. So it was an example of simple inheritance. Now multiple inheritance is a simple. So instead of this, let's say there are two parents, right? Parent 1 and parent 2. So basically if children is inheriting his properties from parent, his mother and his father as well. So if there are more than one parent, two parent or maybe more than two parents as well, then we can say it is a example of multiple inheritance. So basically this child will inherit all its properties from parent 1 and parent 2. Okay, so it is an example of multiple inheritance. Now I'll show you how I'll show you how we can write a code for that. Okay, so let's start. So I'll do one thing. I'll just copy the code for parent 1 from my earlier one second. So earlier code, I'll copy this parent 1 and I'll change its name to parent 1. Okay, so it is a parent 1 class where I have given variables ABC and test1 and test2 method. Okay, so and I'll change the name, the print methods here, test1 method from parent 1, test2 method from parent 2. That's it. Now I'll write another method, that is another class, that is parent 2, right? And I'll pass two variables ABC. So I'll say D and E, right? So D and E, that is fine. So D and E, fine. Then I'll write test3 method and test4 method. Okay, so first two methods in A and then two method in parent. Test1 and test2 are part of parent 1. Test3 and test4 are part of parent 2. Similarly, ABC are part of parent 1 and ABC, D and E are part of parent 2. Okay, so I'm running this, then I'm running this. Now it comes how we can create multiple inheritance. So I am writing class child, and then earlier syntax what we have seen, we pass the parent class name. So parent 1, here we just give a comma and write the second parent name. Okay, and again we'll call the init method here. So init self, and I'll write A, B, C, D, E, and I'll write one extra variable which is children's own, like new feature. And then what we'll do, we'll say parent 1 dot init, and we'll pass all the values self, then A, B, C. Then we'll say parent 2 dot init, and we'll pass values as self, D and E. Okay, that's it. Then we'll create a new method, def test 5 self, I will say print this is test 5 method from child class. And I think we need to make some correction here. Here test 3, then here test 4 from parent 2 class, from parent 2 class. That's it. So I think we had done all the corrections. I'll run all the codes from top to bottom. All the code run successfully. Now I'll try to create P1 as a parent 1, object of parent 1, and I'll pass values 1, 2, 3. Then I'll create P2 as an object of parent 2 class, parent 2, and I'll pass two values only, that is 4 and 5. Then I'll try to create a object of child class, that is child, and I'll pass total 6 values because A, B, C, D, E, and F. So I'll write 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. How many values we have written? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's it. And I'll try to run it. So it ran successfully. So about P1 and P2, it is simple. The object of simple classes. Okay, let's talk about C1 because C1 inherited its property from parent 1 also and parent 2 also. So if I write C1 dot and if I press tab, you will see I got the value A, B, C, D, E. Okay, all those value. I can't see F. 1 second. Why is that? Okay, I haven't written self dot F equal to F. Maybe that was the reason. See, I haven't written self dot F here earlier. That's why I couldn't see F. That's what I was trying to tell in my earlier videos also. Whenever the instance variable are this, whenever I write self dot something, that will be instance variable. This F and this F available here are just local variables. Those are not, instead of F, I can write anything. If I can write Z here and Z here, that will be fine, no problem at all. It is just a temporary variable used internally. For simplicity, we keep the name same, but otherwise it can be anything. I'll again run all the codes once again. And once again, okay. A, B, C, D, E, F. Required positional argument F. What is the, okay, sorry. Z. That was a typo. I was just showing instead of F, you can write Z, but while editing, I kept Z as it is without. Okay. Everything ran successfully. So C1 dot, and I'm pressing tab, you can see ABC. So all the instance variable from parent 1 class, then DE, that is instance variable from parent 2 class, then F, its own instance variable of child class. And at the same time, you can see I got test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4, and test 5. Like all the methods from parent 1 class, all the methods from parent 2 class, and its own method. So if I try to, I'll write print statement directly. If I do C1 dot A, C1 dot B, C1 dot C, C1 dot D, C1 dot E, and C1 dot F. Okay, if I do that, you can see I got all the values, like all the values were assigned properly. That means our implementation was correct. Now I'll try to do C1 dot test 1. So it ran test 1 method from parent 1 class, C1 dot test 2, test 2 from parent 1 class, C1 dot test 3. So test 3 method from parent 2 class, C1 dot test 4. So test 4 method from parent 2 class, and C1 dot test 5. So test 5 method from its own class, child class. And you know one thing, let's say if I try to modify any of the earlier class, so I'll try to show you. I'll modify def test 1 from parent 1 class. Okay, sorry, that is a typo. Print this is test 1 method from child class. Similarly, I'll take one method def test 3. It was a part of parent2 class, so I'll modify that here. This is a test 3 method from child class. Okay, so now I'll run these 3 classes code once again. Then I'll run this once again. I'll run all the code. Okay, now here you can see, since I have modified test1 in child class itself, so that means C1 is the object of child class. It will go to child class first. It will check whether test1 method is available. It was available there. That's why it executed that. But for test2, if you see, test2 is not available in child class. So it went to its parent. Which parent? Both the parents is checked. Where it is available, so it will try to run it. So test2 method is from parent1 class is available. So test3 again from child class, test4 was not available in child class. It will go to parent2 and it will run it from there, and test5 itself there. Now we'll try one more thing. I'll just copy this. Going up and down doesn't make sense. I'll copy another code also for parent2. I'll just write it down here. Okay, and then I'll copy the child class. So one change I'll try to make, and that change will be nothing but, what I'll do, test1 is available in parent1, test2 is available in parent1, test3 in parent2, and test4 in parent2. Now let's try to create a conflict. I'll create one more method in parent2, that is def test1. So what I'm trying to do, test1 is available in parent1 also and parent2 also. Okay, this is test1 method from parent2 class. Now let's see the fun, because test1 is available in parent1 also and parent2 also. Okay, and at the same time in child class also. Okay, so I'll create an object again. Once again, I'll copy this as it is. Now I'm creating an object. Now if I run c1.test1, let's see what happens. Right now c1 is the object of child class. It went to child class, and in child class the test1 was available, so it didn't went into conflict whether parent1 have it, parent2 have it, which one I should refer, right? I should go with parent1 or parent2, which class I should go with. It has no confusion. Why? Because child class itself has one test1 method. Now let's try one thing. What I'll do, I'll just comment this. Now test1 method is not available in child class. So basically, if I run this, I ran the parent class, I ran the child class, I created all the objects. Now if I run this, now the problem will be, c1 is the object of child class. It will go to child class and their test1 is not available. Then the thing is whether it will use the test1 class from parent1 or parent2. Let's try this. So you can see it took the test1 class from parent1, not parent2. Why? Because whenever you try to create a children class like child class or derived class using two parent class or more than two parent class, more than two, actually I haven't tried, but it should be possible. Then whatever is the first parent, it takes the precedence, and by default it will inherit the feature from parent1. Okay, if there is conflict, it will go with the parent1. And how you will decide whether which one is the parent1? Because don't go by the name. It depends on, while creating a child class, in whatever sequence you pass the parent class names, so whatever is the first name will be the first parent, which will take the precedence. Okay, so if I change the names here, parent2 and then parent1, okay, I'm running this once again, creating object once again, and I'm trying to run test1 method for object of child class. Now you can see it is showing this is the test one method from parent to class. Why? Because parent 2, even though it is written parent 2 here, it is the first parent. In the sequence, it is passed for the first time. Similarly, there is one more thing. Here you can see I have written init method, and in init method I have called init for parent 1 and parent 2 both. But if I don't do that, I'll just copy this. Okay, I'll keep the parent class as it is. So no difference in that. But I'll just copy this. I'll make some changes in child class. Okay, what I'll do? I'll remove this init method. I'll not keep init method, and it is possible. If I don't provide any init method, that is fine, completely fine, because default init method is present in each and every class, even if we don't provide that. Okay, so that's it. I removed that init method. Okay, and for simplicity, what I'll do, I'll write parent 1 and then parent 2 for ease of understanding. So the first parent is parent 1, which will have precedence because in sequence it is the first one which was written. Okay, and now I'll try to create object once again. I'll copy this, I'll run this. Now, okay, there is an error. Why there is an error? Because there is no any init class available. So the object of child, while creating the object of child class, it will run a default init method, which is invisible. So default init method means it won't accept any parameter at all, right? So I'll not pass any of the value. I'll not pass any of the value. Let's see. Still it is throwing an error, and it is saying missing required position argument A, B, and C. Why? Because when we don't write any init method, in that init method, default init method, it will inherit all the variables and methods from parent 1 and all the methods from parent 2. By default, whatever variables or instance variables are there in parent 2, second parent, that won't get inherited. Okay, because see, right now we have inherited child class from parent 1 and parent 2 both, but still it is saying 3 required position argument A, B, and C. It is not talking about D and E. So what I'll do, I'll create C1 dot, not dot, equal to child. I'll pass some values like I'll pass 7, 8, and 9, and it ran correctly because I told you the everything about precedence. Whatever is the first parent, it will inherited each and everything from first parent and only methods from second parent. Okay, so that's it. If I do C1 dot and press tab, you will see it will show me ABC, that is all the instance variable from parent 1 class and all the methods from parent 1 as well as parent 2 and its own methods, right? So I can show you that print C1 dot A, C1 dot B, and C1 dot C. 7, 8, 9. If I try to do C1 dot D, it will throw an error saying child object does not have attribute D. If you want to make use of all the instance variable from second parent, then and then only you should go with our example at the top. You have to write init manually. The default init method won't help you, and within that init method you have to call this parent 1 dot init and pass these values so that it will call init method of parent 2 explicitly. Okay, internally it won't happen. So that's the main thing I wanted to show you in this video. Now, and if we talk about all the methods like C1 dot test 1, test 2, so that will be exactly same. It will go and search into child class first if it is present or not. If it is not present, then it will go to the parent 1 as well as parent 2. If it is present in only one of them, it will execute that as it is. If that method is available in both the parent classes, then it will search for the precedence. Which one is the first parent? It will go there and execute that method. So in this case, if I run test 1, you can see test 1 method was not present in child class. We have already commented that, right? So but it was available in parent 1 and parent 2 both. So it checked the precedence. Precedence was given to the parent 1 class. So that's why it ran it successfully. This is the test 1 method from parent class. I'll end my video by just doing one simple change. So for your understanding, I'll just copy this and I'll change its sequence. I'll write parent 2 and then parent 1. Okay. And that's it, nothing else. Then I'll create an object of child class. I'll not pass any value. It will throw an error, and right now see, it is asking me the values for D and E. So by default, it inherited all the instance variable from the first parent. First parent, not by the name, by the sequence. D and E are the member of parent 2. So if I pass two values, any two values, so I'll pass, let's say 5 and 6. So it took those two value, and if I do C1 dot, it will show me the instance variable of first parent, which was written in the sequence, whatever is the first. So that is D and E, and all the methods from all the parent classes and its own class. So that's it. And one more thing I think I should tell you, that is about self thing was done, all the methods, inheritance was done. I'll try to do one more thing. Extra variable, that also I have shown you. And since we have changed the sequence, we have kept parent 2 as the first parent. If I try to do C1 dot test1, so you can see it ran the test1 method from parent 2 class. Okay, because it has precedence. So I think I'm repeating myself again and again now. I have covered all the important topics, and I hope you got some idea from this video. So if that is the case, if that's true, please do each and everything you can do to encourage me. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do each and everything you can do to encourage me. This is Akshay Daga signing off. Thank you. Bye-bye.